Morgan.
Melee weapon damage first.
I first want to watch a video before I continue with the villager bonking station. And the video is this.
Spartan weaponry weapon, you want to go for an Ice Dragon Bone weapon with DPS with a Spartan weaponry weapon, you want to use a Fire Dragon Bone weapon alongside the enchantment Ash Destroyer 5. And for the second highest melee weapon damage, very valuable, making this enchantment Vile Blade. For the highest DPS with a Spartan weaponry weapon, you want to use a Fire Dragon Bone weapon alongside the enchantment Ash Destroyer 5. And for the second highest melee weapon damage for a Spartan weaponry weapon, you want to go for an Ice Dragon Bone weapon with Reviled Blade. Ash Destroyer stacks with all enchantments in the current melee weapon meta besides Luck Magnification 2 and Supreme Fire Aspect, and these two enchantments do not contribute much to your DPS anyways. Ash Destroyer makes your weapon do nearly double weapon damage against enemies on fire, and this scales proportionately with your enchantments. In Venom, Viper, a Poison Stone Bauble, Supreme Sharpness, and all that good stuff will end up doing double damage as long as the enemy is on fire. The downside is since this enchantment does not stack with any sort of fire application, it is only meta-defining on a Fire Dragonbone weapon that sets enemies on fire for you. Reviled Blade can add just as much DPS to your weapon as Ash Destroyer does, as long as the enemy is under 25% HP. Reviled Blade does work against any enemy, while Ash Destroyer only works against enemies on fire, but both of the weapons I would place in the same tier. Reviled Blade also does more damage after the first hit, now that enemies won't be full HP, and Ash Destroyer uses the first hit to set the enemy on fire, and then the second hit gets the extra damage. If you want to use a Spartan weaponry melee weapon, I highly advise you going for Reviled Blade for Ice Dragonbone weapons or Ash Destroyer for Fire Dragonbone weapons. These two enchantments are the only reason Spartan weaponry can compete with the Sentient Scythe and the Nunchucks, which I will talk about as I continue down the list of best enchantments. Number 18. Infinity. This enchantment lets bows and crossbows shoot forever without consuming ammo. It only works with normal arrows and bolts, but you don't even need to have one arrow or bolt on you like you would in vanilla Minecraft. This enchantment is a must for any DPS bow or crossbow when you do not have an excess of arrows or bolts lying around. Number 17. Advanced Power, Rapid Fire, Strafe, and Pull Speed. All of these enchantments make bows do considerably more DPS, so I put them together. Advanced Power increases the raw damage of your bow by a lot, and Rapid Fire and Strafe for a bow, and Pull Speed for a switch bow increase the speed at which you can fire your bow at full charge. Strafe and Rapid Fire stack, and Strafe and Pull Speed stack. But Pull Speed cannot be placed on a regular bow, so you can only combine all three of these insane bow enchantments on a switch bow.
Oh, by the way, if you wanna see who the video is from, it's Casualty. Don't copyright strike me, Casualty. Please, 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 please.
And while yes, you can't stack Infinity with Strafe, you can't place Infinity on a switch bow anyways, so that doesn't matter. And it will also double as a convenient tool that can do some creative arrow combos when you place multi-shot 4 on the bow. I recommend putting Strafe and Pull Speed on your switch bow, and while Strafe does not stack with Advanced Punch or Pushing, you do not need those enchantments anyways, but also to all the enemies close by to that mob. This enchantment only works consistently with a full damage swing on your weapon, so you can't just spam left click and expect it to trigger over and over. But my goodness, this enchantment is so amazing for dungeons as you will be overwhelmed by enemies very often. Arc Slash is one of my personal favorite enchantments to always look out for. Number 15. Swifter Slashes. This enchantment used to go up to Swifter Slashes 5, but even when only going up to 3, this enchantment makes melee weapons swing much faster, and when combined with a pair of nunchucks, or even just an enchantment like Arc Slash, which allows the enchantment to truly shine, Swifter Slashes really comes in handy. Not only this, but the DPS increase this weapon gives the player is so strong that without this enchantment, there are only a few scenarios where your weapon will be meta-defining. Withers are one such example, since the Withers have long invulnerability windows between when they can be damaged in RlCraft 2.9, but other than that, Swifter Slashes is super amazing. Number 14. Purification. This enchantment purifies certain enemies with a slight chance. On paper, this really does not seem too powerful, but this enchantment can be used Sure, in RlCraft this wouldn't be very useful, but in the words of Shivaxi, the mod author of RlCraft himself, the luck effect works on chests and loot pools that have been set properly in RlCraft. Two examples he gave me are of course the vanilla structures, but also the Lost Cities dimension. This makes luck magnification wonderful for the late endgame, but kind of meh for everything else. These enchantments do stack, and advanced looting stacks with just about every other melee weapon enchantment. Luck magnification, on the other hand, does not stack with Ash Destroyer, Reviled Blade, or Blessed Edge, which I will talk about in the lifesteal section. Number 12. Curse of Possession. Not everyone would agree with this ranking, as any weapon or item enchanted twirling attack animation. Fiery Edge makes your melee weapon set enemies on combo is an enchantment for nunchucks that makes your weapon do insane damage as long as you're holding left click and using the nunchuck's non-stop twirling attack animation. Fiery Edge makes your melee weapon set enemies on fire when attacking, but more importantly, it will give you a chance to ignore a mob's invulnerability windows, allowing you to deal damage more often rather than waiting that fraction of a second before damage can register again. This doesn't work on bosses like the Wither, the Ender Dragon, Rahalbard, Asmodeus, and Amalgalich, but it works against just about everything else, and because of this, nunchucks actually have the most DPS in the game for single target against smaller enemies. And yes, this does mean max nunchucks have the most DPS as a melee weapon in PvP, even more than the Sentient Scythe, since Fiery Edge can ignore a player's immortality window. Lastly, Atomic Deconstructor gives your weapon a minuscule chance of instantly killing an enemy, and when combined with Nunchuck's stupidly fast attack speed and being able to ignore invulnerability frames of Fiery Edge, Atomic Deconstructor is even more useful. Needless to say, Fiery Edge and Atomic Deconstructor also work on other weapons besides Nunchucks, but other weapons in the game do
I
nothing.
didn't see.
Haste potions are really easy. With Reach 3 and Haste 3 on a sweeping or legendary quality nunchucks, you can attack all enemies from about 2 blocks further than normal, and the haste status effect will grant us a further 30% attack speed. The 2 extra Reach in particular is for the violent secondary quality. Bonk Shield for an additional 64% attack speed. In total, you will have 154% attack speed increase. That dying quality. Not attack fast enough to take advantage of Fiery Edge's ability with a full damage attack besides like the Katana, Rapier. 3 gave me about 90% more XP, and Education 3 gave me about 96% XP from defeating enemies. From testing, for the same amount of damage done to the same enemies, Adept 3 gave me about 90% more XP, and Education 3 gave me about 96% more XP. Keep in mind, both of these enchantments gives you less XP against blighted enemies. Education is better than Adept though, not only as it gave me more XP from recent tests in 2.9 RlCraft compared to Adept, but Adept does not stack with advanced looting, while Education...
Hold on. Be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm back.
Does stack. Needless to say, getting double XP from fighting is so amazing, and these enchantments are a massive time saver if you can get them, and I am always recommending this enchantment. Number 7. Lifesteal, Vampirism, and Blessed Edge. Lifesteal grants the player an effect that lets you gain hearts back when hitting enemies for a small amount, and it also grants you some extra damage to your weapon. Vampirism also gives you hearts back when attacking enemies, but it doesn't give your weapon additional damage like Lifesteal does. You can, however, stack these enchantments together to amplify your self-healing ability. Blessed Edge, like Lifesteal and Vampirism, also gives you hearts back. And from testing, Blessed Edge 5 gives you just as many hearts back as Lifesteal 2 does, which on its own makes the enchantment incredible. Blessed Edge 5 also gives you a significant damage increase against undead enemies, and this bonus is about twice as strong as the damage Lifesteal 2 gives your weapon. A strike against Blessed Edge, though, is that it doesn't stack with Supreme Sharpness, Lifesteal, or Swifter Slashes, but it does stack with Ash Destroyer, Vampirism, and Venom, regular Sharpness for some reason, Viper, and, well, everything else. You get the picture. So you can still make an incredibly strong weapon with this enchantment that does more damage than a Lifesteal weapon against undead enemies that can...
Hold on, because I don't know, it's laggy. Maybe if I...
Edge, though, is that it doesn't stack with Supreme Sharpness, Lifesteal, or Swifter Slashes, but it does stack with Ash Destroyer, Vampirism, and Venom, regular Sharpness for some reason, Viper, and, well, everything else. You get the picture. So you can still make an incredibly strong weapon with this enchantment that does more damage than a Lifesteal weapon against undead enemies that can be set on fire. That pretty much only means like Reapers, Geist, Skeletons, and Zombies though. So overall, I would consider Lifesteal a stronger enchantment. But if you don't have access to Supreme Sharpness and don't have Lifesteal, Blessed Edge with regular Sharpness is a wonderful alternative, and it can compete with the strong Spartan weapon in the game against the undead susceptible to fire enemies when placed on a fire dragon. Percent damage that your character takes from all sources. At least 5. Natural Blocking. This enchantment only goes up to tier 2 now instead of tier 3, but from testing, this enchantment makes your shield absorb at least 20% damage that your character takes from all sources. In some scenarios, it tanked up to 40% damage, but the shield pretty much never absorbs less than 20%. A passive enchantment that just absorbs damage for your character for free, as well as a rapier and saber that absorbs 25% damage that you take, is just a wonderful combination. Now that you can put protection 4 on your shield, shields are even more of a value defensive weapon than before. Natural blocking.
You can put protection on the shields?
Full enchantment for any player that does not want to get one shot by things. And I almost always recommend you have a natural blocking 2 shield when you go into the Lost Cities dimension with silver armor. Number 4. Supreme Sharpness. This enchantment is the strongest single damage enchantment in the game and requires no prerequisites, and these enchantments can be. Parry is a weapon enchantment that grants the player a chance to completely block any attack, and Evasion is an enchantment for your pants that gives you a chance to completely dodge any attack. Natural Blocking 2 reduces incoming damage 100% of the time by 20%, but these enchantments give you a decent chance to avoid 100% of all damage from any given attack, and when stacked together, there are moments when you will feel like you are completely invulnerable to all damage. The True Strike enchantment allows players to pierce through the Evasion enchantment by 75% in PvP, but in a playthrough, these enchantments are literal lifesavers. I would have died so many times against Rahalbart if I didn't have these enchantments on my gear. Number 2. Advanced Protection. This enchantment, when paired with Golem Armor, tremendously helps the player reach the 80% passive damage reduction cap that exists in RlCraft. Tremendously helps the Advanced Protection. This enchantment, when paired with Golem Armor, Melody 5, will grant the player a...
Yeah. Okay.
High jump, double jump.
Massive amount of this, and the boots look like this. As for your armor, these are the enchantments you will want on it. The helm looks like this. The chest plate looks like this. The pants look like this, and the boots look like this. Pretty standard stuff. If you want any of the enchantments in this video, I recommend librarian trading or enchantment table resetting for all your enchantment needs. The enchantments you will want on it. The helm looks like this. Chest plate looks like this. The pants look like this. And the boots look like this. Pretty standard stuff. If you want any of the enchantments in this video, I recommend librarian trading or enchantment table reset trading or librarian. I recommend any of the enchantments look like this.
So thorns are good? So advanced thorns is good? Yeah, I don't know what bro is thinking, but I mean it's some damage, sure, but I think it's not worth it, considering the damage it does to armor, which means less XP. Because I was thinking maybe for dungeon clearing, but nah, not even for dungeon clearing. Because it takes more XP from you, basically. And I don't know if advanced mending is actually good on the chest plate and head armor. Because from what I know, it's better to put mending, because mending is more so prioritized than because basically oh fuck. I need a recall potion in hand, quick. There might be a Drake around here. Yeah, there's a Drake. So where was I coming from? I was coming from here. Any drakes around? Yup. I think I might be faster than the Raiko actually on ground. But again, there's the problem of running into a Drake, so... No thank you, no thank you. Let's see, is there a red coat here? Washiora, fish fillet. There does not appear to be a red coat around here. What am I doing right now? Searching for villages. So I can snag the filthy cartographers and turn them into useful people. Ah! 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 Oh! There's a cartographer, not a cartographer, a librarian with silken touch him. Oh no, I didn't lose it. I thought I lost a piece of my microphone. Strip mining? Scandalous? What do you mean? To the experiment chamber with you? You have silk touch, right? Yep. Rune piercing capabilities. Yes, please. Okay, we dismiss it for now. But first I need some building blocks. But first I need building block and come here. Where's the other guy? Did the other guy come in here too? You are the rune piercing capabilities. I'm pretty sure I had another guy around here somewhere. Did you go here? I don't know. But you, good sir, come here. I like how they sense the emerald block. Go in here. Okay, now it's time to organize them a bit. sorry bros, you are gonna be living here for a while. Better do this earlier than later. You in this corner, or yeah. Can I reach that guy? Yes, I can. Yeah, I mean, if you stay there, you stay there. You go in that corner. You go in this corner. You. This is a bit inhumane, but guys, it's for the best. You don't want me to get angry, because you know what's better than a zombie with a diamond? You know what deals more damage than a zombie with a diamond pickaxe? Me with a diamond battle axe. Come here, boy. You go in that corner. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Yes, it actually does. If you actually think about it, yes, it actually does. Okay, now you, good sir. Oh. Now you, good sir, you go back to your hole. And you, good sir, you go back to your, not hole. They are selling stands. They are not a dungeon. This is not a dungeon. This is definitely not a dungeon. Yeah, go in the corner. Okay, I have two more I need to deal with. Give me that torch. Oh, I did have torches. So I can put in here because it's a bit unlit. It's now lit! It's lit! You, my good sir, go in there. And you, my good sir, where shall we put you? We shall put you there. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I know, I'm bumping into you, I'm bumping into you, I'm bumping into you, I'm bumping into you. Good. That's all the villagers done. Okay, now let's open the notes. And let's check what other enchants we have not noted down. So, multi-shot, I put multi. Advanced looting. Advanced looting.